Some towns are built for pure function, a grid of streets designed to get you from the highway to your driveway as efficiently as possible. Others feel like they were lifted from a story with winding rivers, a classic main street, and homes that have watched a century go by. When you find a place that delivers both, that blends timeless storybook charm with the practical needs of a modern commuter, it begs the question, how does a town hold on to its unique character while staying so connected to the world? That's the magic of Cranford. Welcome to Above the Streets with Prodigy Real Estate. Over the next several minutes, we're going to give you the complete picture of this remarkable town. We'll explore its award-winning downtown, follow the gentle path of the Rahway River, and see how the architecture itself tells a story of 100 years of American life. We'll cover the schools, the vibrant community life, and take a deep dive into the real numbers driving the local market, so you can decide if Cranford is where you want to write your next chapter. First, let's orient ourselves on the map. Cranford is centrally located in Union County, a town whose identity was forged by two powerful forces you can see from up here, the railroad and the river. It's cradled by the Garden State Parkway for easy road access, and its neighbors with towns like Westfield, Garwood, and Kenilworth. But unlike suburbs that grew up around the highway, Cranford's story radiates from its train station. That station, positioned right in the heart of downtown, isn't just a commuter asset, it's the town's central nervous system. It connects residents to New York City via the Raritan Valley Line, making it a powerhouse location for those who want classic suburban life without giving up city access. This connection is a major draw, but Cranford's real appeal is what happens when you step off the train. It's a town built for living, not just for leaving. The town's nickname gives you a clue, the Venice of New Jersey. That's thanks to the Rahway River, which you can see meandering right through the center of town. This river isn't just a geographical feature, it's a main character in the Cranford story. It shapes the parks, creates stunning waterfront views, and is home to one of the oldest canoe clubs in the nation. The town's layout followed this natural landscape. It grew organically in the late 19th and early 20th centuries, which is why the streets feel so established, lined with a living museum of American residential architecture. You don't see endless loops of identical post-war housing. Instead, you find a rich tapestry of homes on avenues shaded by colossal oak and maple trees, a place that feels like it has been loved for generations. Let's zoom in on what many consider the crown jewel, the downtown. Consistently ranked as one of New Jersey's best, this is the authentic, beating heart of the community. You've got the historic town clock, the beloved movie theater, and a dynamic mix of independent boutiques, coffee shops, and a serious restaurant scene that draws people from miles around. It's a place where you can grab your morning coffee, have a business lunch, find a unique gift, and enjoy a fantastic dinner, all within a few highly walkable blocks. This isn't a downtown that rolls up the sidewalks at 5 p.m. There's an energy here, fueled by community events like the Scarecrow Stroll in the fall, street fairs in the summer, and a palpable buzz on weekend evenings. It's the kind of town center that makes you want to park the car and just explore. Flowing alongside that downtown is the green ribbon of the Rahway River and the incredible Union County Park system. Mohegan Park is a massive expanse of green with ball fields, picnic areas, and a 2-mile loop that's constantly active with walkers, runners, and cyclists. Parts of town are in designated flood zones, so a savvy buyer will always do their due diligence with flood maps and elevation certificates. For thousands of residents, however, this water is a source of beauty and recreation that defines their quality of life. For families considering a move here, the school system is a primary driver. Cranford's public schools are highly regarded and form a key part of the community fabric. The district is structured with neighborhood elementary and middle schools that all feed into the single central Cranford High School, which fosters a strong sense of town-wide pride. Parents describe the schools as offering a great balance of strong academics, competitive athletics, and a thriving arts and music program. It's a system that feels big enough to offer diverse opportunities but small enough that students feel seen and connected. As with any district, we always recommend visiting and reviewing the state performance data, but the reputation of Cranford schools is a consistent and powerful draw for the housing market. Now, let's talk about the homes themselves, because the architecture is truly central to Cranford's identity. As we fly over the neighborhoods, you're looking at a portfolio of early 20th century American design. Let's start with the grand dames lining the streets of the North Side. These are the magnificent Victorians, with their ornate gingerbread trim, towering turrets, and stained glass windows that catch the afternoon light. Each one feels like a unique work of art. Alongside them, you'll find the romantic storybook quality of the Tudors. Notice their steeply pitched roofs, decorative half-timbering, and prominent brick chimneys. These homes have a warmth and substance that is impossible to replicate. Then there are the graceful center hall colonials, beloved for their symmetrical beauty and timeless appeal. With their classic shutters, dental molding, and welcoming front doors, they speak to a sense of order and family that never goes out of style. But what's truly special is how these homes coexist. You'll see a stately Victorian next to a handsome brick colonial, creating a streetscape that is diverse, interesting, and anything but monotonous. It's this variety, all sheltered under a canopy of 100-year-old trees, that gives Cranford its profound sense of place. From a real estate perspective, what does all this charm translate to? To understand the competitive market of today, we have to look back at its journey. The story of Cranford real estate is one of remarkable resilience and powerful growth. At the market's peak back in 2007, just before the Great Recession, the average home here sold for around $480,000. As the crisis hit, Cranford wasn't immune, but it was incredibly resilient. At the market's peak back in 2007, just before the Great Recession, the average home here sold for around $480,000. As the crisis hit, Cranford wasn't immune, but it was incredibly resilient. While the nation reeled, home values here saw only a measured decline of about 10%, bottoming out around $430,000 in 2011. The recovery was swift. By 2014, the town had already surpassed its pre-recession highs, and from there, it entered a decade of steady, significant appreciation. And another powerful force has been at play, something we call the Westfield Effect. Just next door, the premier market of Westfield has seen its home prices soar, often putting it in a different financial stratosphere. This has created a powerful spillover effect. Buyers who want that A-plus lifestyle, the vibrant downtown, the top-tier schools, the easy commute, are looking at Cranford and seeing incredible value. This influx of demand from discerning buyers has fundamentally elevated the entire Cranford market, solidifying its position as a top-tier town in its own right and fueling the record prices we're seeing today. The strength at the high end of the market is particularly telling. A year ago, in September 2024, the sale of the iconic Castle home on North Union Avenue for $1.5 million signaled a new benchmark. Since then, the momentum has only grown. In just the past few months of 2025, we've seen numerous sales topping $1.3, $1.4, and even $1.6 million on premier streets like Madison Avenue, Elizabeth Avenue, and Denman Road. This isn't just a healthy market, it's a thriving one. You're watching Above the Streets with Prodigy Real Estate. If this perspective is helping you understand Cranford, imagine what it could do for your property. Our unique blend of aerial storytelling and deep market analysis is designed to make your home stand out. If a move in or out of Cranford is in your future, let's connect. Now, let's talk strategy. For buyers, success here requires a specific approach. First, get your pre-approval buttoned up so you can act decisively. Second, explore the different neighborhoods at different times of day to truly understand their character and architectural feel. Third, be realistic about your needs. Are you a project person who can restore the original hardwood floors and plaster walls of a classic home, or do you require something turnkey? Cranford offers both, but knowing your lane will save you time and energy. And yes, always check the FEMA flood map for any property you're serious about. For sellers in Cranford, your superpower is preparation. Lean into the architectural charm. Curb appeal here is paramount. Think classic paint colors that highlight the trim, beautiful landscaping, and a welcoming front porch that invites you to sit and stay. Inside, stage to highlight the home's character, the built-in bookshelves, the fireplace mantel, the classic moldings, while showing how it works for a modern family. Create clean, bright spaces that let the details shine. Then, launch with a full suite of professional marketing. Stunning photos, accurate floor plans, and sweeping aerial views like this one to capture the home's place within this beautiful town. Let's talk about who is moving to Cranford. We see several distinct profiles. First, the city to suburb family. They're often leaving Brooklyn, Hoboken, or Jersey City, seeking more space and top-tier schools, but they aren't willing to give up that walkable urban feel. Cranford's downtown and train access makes it the perfect soft landing for them. Next are the local move-up buyers. They might already be in Union County but are drawn to Cranford for its unique atmosphere. They're looking for that quintessential Cranford Tudor or stately colonial with the original details and neighborhood feel they've always admired. Finally, there are the right-sizers. These are often long-time residents who want to stay in the community they love but are ready to ditch the big house and yard. For them, a modern downtown condo or a smaller manageable ranch is the ideal next step. Let's tackle a few questions we hear all the time. First, what's the commute really like? The Raritan Valley Line offers a one-seat ride to Manhattan during off-peak hours. During peak rush hour, it typically requires a quick transfer at Newark Penn Station. It's a reliable and civilized way to get into the city. For drivers, the Parkway is right there, but like anywhere in North Jersey, traffic is a factor to plan for. Another question, beyond the downtown, what is there to do? The answer is a lot. The community calendar is packed. There are town-wide garage sales, canoeing on the river, summer concerts in the park, the Memorial Day Parade, and an incredible array of youth sports. Cranford is a town where you can be as busy and connected as you choose to be. As we start our final descent, let's pull it all together. Why choose Cranford? It's a town that has mastered the art of balance. It balances historic charm with modern energy. It balances a peaceful neighborhood feel with a vibrant, bustling downtown. It balances access to nature with a direct line to the biggest city in the world. This is a place where your weekend can include a farmer's market in the morning, kayaking on the river in the afternoon, and dinner at a great restaurant at night, all without ever getting in your car. It's a town where the architecture itself tells a story of community, family, and American ambition, and where community isn't just a buzzword, it's something you see and feel on the sidelines of a soccer game, at the local coffee shop, and during the annual traditions that bring everyone together. This is Prodigy Real Estate, and this has been Above the Streets, Cranford, New Jersey. If this aerial perspective gave you a clearer view, tap subscribe, leave us a comment with your questions, and let us know which town you want to see us fly over next. If you're planning a move, whether buying or selling, let's use this insight and this perspective to your advantage. Thanks for flying with us. We'll see you over the next town soon.